Welcome to Seeing Green Solutions for Our Daily Lives, the podcast where we spotlight the brands, ideas, and people making it easier to live sustainably every day. Today's episode is part of our Spotlight series, a deep dive into one of our Seeing Green Solutionists of the day. And now, today's solution.
Welcome to episode 40 of the Seeing Green podcast.
40 already. Wow.
I know, right? And today's is part of the Seeing Green Spotlight series. That's where we take a closer look at our solutionist of the day.
And the real solutions they bring, yeah. Stuff to help us all be a bit healthier, a bit greener in our daily lives.
Exactly. Okay, it's Monday. We're recording this on Monday. How was the weekend?
Survived and thrived, I'd say. Actually, I finally tried that recipe you posted on Friday, the sustainable sips one.
Oh, the Vermont Mule from Whistlepig.
That's the one. Yeah, it was really good. Surprisingly refreshing.
Nice.
Yeah,
we love finding those sustainable twists. For anyone listening, you can find that recipe and our Greener Bites ones, too, over on the website at seeinggreen.eco recipes.
Good stuff there. Oh, and speaking of online stuff, big news, right?
Oh, yeah. We are officially on Pinterest now.
Finally dove in.
We did. So you can find us there, same handle as everywhere else.
Yeah.
At Seeing Green Eco. Pinterest, Instagram, all the usual suspects.
Cool. Okay, so today, what are we diving into?
Right. Today we're circling back to a topic that's always popular. Sustainable food.
Mm-hmm. Specifically, those offerings that are really better for you and better for the planet.
Exactly. And hey, if you like this topic, remember we've done deep dives before on places like Next Level Veggie Grill, Thrive Market,
Harmless Harvest, Barnana, Prime Roots.
Yeah,
lots of good ones in the back catalog.
definitely check those out. But okay, today's spotlight is shining on GoodSAM Foods.
GoodSAM. Okay. Heard the name. Keen to unpack this one.
Yeah, they position themselves as like way more than just another snack brand. So let's get into it.
All right. Where do we start?
The beginning.
Let's do it. The origin story. So, GoodSAM Foods, founded around 2019, maybe early 2020. The founder is a serial entrepreneur, Heather K. Terry.
And the mission was clear right from the start, wasn't it? That tagline, good for you, good for farmers, good for the planet.
Exactly. It's baked right in. And that origin story you mentioned, it really started with the trip she took to Colombia, right? And that trip was kind of an awakening, wasn't it? Seeing the often sanitized reality of the global food system, how big players control the narrative.
Yeah, how disconnected we are from the source and how that system often marginalizes the actual growers, the smallholder farmers.
Mm-hmm. Which led directly to this commitment to work with smallholder farmers, with indigenous communities. Collaboration, not just extraction.
Which brings us to the name itself, GoodSAM. The SAM stands for Smallholder Agricultural Model.
Ah, okay. So it's literally named after the model. That makes sense. It's not just a catchy phrase.
Not at all. It's their blueprint. And their core philosophy is, we grow together. It's all about building these long-term, what they call regenerative relationships.
Instead of just transactional sourcing, like, give us the cheapest beans this week.
Precisely. It's about partnership. They operate in, I think, 8 countries now, mostly Latin America and Africa. And the key is cutting out the middlemen, direct trade.
So they're not just selling snacks. They see themselves as like a regenerative supply chain platform, an engine for change.
That's the language they use. And they're really targeting consumers they call climivores.
Climivores. Okay, break that down.
It's basically people who choose what food to buy based on its environmental impact. Not just taste or price, but actively considering the climate footprint. Probably a lot of our listeners, actually.
Makes sense. Okay, so that's the philosophy, the mission. What about the actual products? What are they selling?
Right, the portfolio, it spans 4 main categories. You've got nuts, fruit chips, chocolate, and coffee.
4 pillars.
Yeah.
And about 20 products total right now.
Something like that, yeah. And crucially, they say 95% of those come from these direct trade relationships they've built.
Okay, so let's look at the nuts and fruit snacks first.
Sure. So they source things like macadamias from Kenya, Brazil nuts from the Amazon region, pecans from Mexico.
But they also source domestically, right? I saw something about walnuts.
Yeah, exactly. They have this principle, if it can be grown in the U.S., we don't import it. So walnuts from California's Central Valley fit that bill.
Smart. Keeps the carbon footprint down where possible. What about the fruit snacks?
They recently launched these crispy, crunchy fruit chips. Things like pineapple slices, plantain chips.
Are these like fried? Or
No, that's the thing. They're single ingredient, just the fruit. And they're slow baked, not fried. No added oils, no preservatives. Really clean.
Nice. Simple ingredients.
And there's a cool story there, too. Some of those specific snacks, I think the pineapple ones, came out of a women-led development project in Colombia.
Oh, wow. So the social mission is even embedded in product development. That's interesting. Okay, what about chocolate? That's always a big one for ethical sourcing.
Huge. And they're chocolate-lined bars, baking chips, these little snacking gems. Even chocolate-covered macadamias and mango uses cacao that's regeneratively grown.
Regeneratively. We'll need to unpack that term more later. But for now, where's the cacao from?
Colombia, Peru, and Ghana. And again, super clean label.
Right.
No palm oil, which is a big deal for deforestation. No fillers. It's all gluten-free, all vegan.
And they use a different sweetener, right? Not regular sugar. Whoa.
Right. They use allulose. It's a natural sweetener, low calorie. And crucially, it doesn't spike your blood sugar like regular sugar or even some other alternatives.
Interesting. Okay. And the last category, coffee.
Yep, coffee. Theirs is shade-grown, biodiverse, and organic. They emphasize how this protects forests. Like some of their sourcing is from places like the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta in Colombia, a critical ecosystem.
So the coffee farming actually helps preserve the environment it's grown in.
That's the idea. Shade-grown coffee requires the forest canopy to remain intact.
Got it. And are they planning to stick with just these categories, snacks and coffee?
No, their future vision is actually much bigger. They want to expand into everyday pantry staples.
Oh, okay. So like replacing common foods.
Exactly. Replacing foods typically grown via industrial monoculture with regenerative alternative. They want this model to become the norm, not the exception.
That's ambitious. Which leads us right into the why does it matter part, the impact. Let's start with better for farmers. How does this direct trade really translate on the ground?
This is where it gets really interesting, I think. By cutting out all those middlemen, the brokers, the importers, the distributors, GoodSAM can pay farmers significantly more.
Like how much more are we talking?
The numbers they state are often premiums of 2 to 4 times what a farmer would get through the standard commodity market.
2 to 4 times. Wow. That's not just a few extra cents. That's potentially life-changing income. Financial dignity, like they say.
Exactly. And it provides a stable, year-round income stream, which is huge in agriculture. They also do things like pre-financing harvests.
Which means farmers don't have to go into debt just waiting for their crops to come in and get paid.
Right. It removes a massive financial burden and risk for the farmers.
Okay, but paying 2x to 4x premiums,
Yeah.
how does GoodSAM make that work financially? Doesn't that kill their margins?
Well, think about the efficiency gain. They're essentially taking on the roles those middlemen used to play by managing that direct relationship and controlling more of the process.
They cut out overhead costs.
They cut costs, they get higher quality product because they're working directly with the growers, and they funnel that saved money back to the farmers and into the community.
Community investment. Like what?
They reinvest 1% of their total top-line sales directly back into farmer communities.
1% of sales, not profit. That's a solid commitment.
It is. And it goes into tangible things like getting remote farms set up with internet access, solar power, providing technical support to help them transition to regenerative practices.
Real infrastructure.
Yeah.
There was that specific project example too, wasn't there? In Colombia.
Yeah, the Agua por la Sierra project. In 2023, they helped provide water purification and storage for 10 rural schools.
Wow. Clean water for, what was it, over 160 students?
164 students, yeah, just from that one initiative. And they plan to expand it. That's direct impact.
Definitely direct impact. Okay, let's shift to the planet side. Good for the planet. They talk about regenerative agriculture, not just sustainability. What's the difference in practice?
It's a really important distinction. Sustainability often means like maintaining the status quo, doing less harm. Regenerative aims to actively improve the ecosystem, to heal the land.
So instead of huge fields of just one crop, like industrial corn or soy.
Right, monoculture, which depletes the soil and usually needs tons of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. GoodSAM promotes multi-crop agroforestry.
Agroforestry. So growing different things together.
Exactly. Imagine those macadamia nuts growing alongside avocado trees, plantain, mango, maybe some beans underneath. It mimics a natural forest system.
Oh, okay. More like an ecosystem.
Precisely. This does a few key things. It keeps living roots in the soil year-round, which protects it. It avoids disturbing the soil through tilling. It naturally cycles nutrients.
Which means you don't need these synthetic fertilizers.
Or the pesticides, often. And the big one. These systems actively draw down carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and store it in the soil and the plants.
Carbon sequestration, so it helps fight climate change, increases soil health, boosts biodiversity. It's a win-win-win.
That's the core idea of regenerative. It's actively restorative.
And this commitment extends beyond the farm, right? Into packaging and the supply chain.
Yeah, they're really focused on packaging, trying to make it recyclable or compostable. The chocolate line specifically uses compostable materials.
Which is great. But I remember reading something even more innovative they were exploring.
Oh yeah, the pineapple leaves. This is super cool. They're researching how to make new biodegradable plant-based packaging from pineapple leaf fiber.
So taking agricultural waste.
Exactly. Pineapple farming creates tons of leaf waste, usually just discarded or burned. They want to turn that waste stream into a valuable packaging material.
That's closing the loop.
Yeah.
Really smart. Using waste, reducing reliance on plastics or other materials. Okay, that covers farmers and the planet. What about good for people, the consumer benefit?
Well, first off, the products themselves. We mentioned the clean labels, non-GMO, gluten-free, mostly organic, no fillers, no palm oil, using allulose. They're focused on nutrient-dense ingredients.
Things that support wellness, basically. But beyond the ingredients, what else?
Transparency. They talk about radical transparency.
Meaning you can actually trace where your food came from.
That's the goal. Traceability from the specific farm cooperative right to the shelf. They've talked about using things like QR codes on packaging that could link you to stories about the farmers who grew the ingredients.
Wow. So you actually know the source? That builds a ton of trust.
It really does. It empowers you, the consumer, to know your purchase is genuinely supporting the ethical and environmental claims they make.
Which connects directly back to that bigger conversation, right?
Right.
System change.
Exactly. This isn't just about selling some nice ethical snacks. GoodSAM is trying to build what they call regenerative commerce.
Regenerative commerce. Okay, so applying the principles beyond just the farm.
Right. They want to scale this whole model, make regenerative food accessible, the default, not just a niche luxury product.
Democratizing it. And they seem to believe that consumers, not just big investors, are the key engine for that change.
Absolutely. Their view is that every purchase is a vote. When you choose a product like theirs, you're actively supporting and shaping a shift towards a more just, more resilient food system.
And that resilience piece is crucial now, isn't it? With climate change impacting crops, supply chains getting disrupted.
For sure. Those strong, direct relationships they build with farmers, that's not just good ethics, it's smart business. It ensures they have access to supply even when things get volatile. Trust becomes a business asset.
So the investment in people and planet actually creates a more robust business in the long run.
That seems to be the argument. It flips the traditional model on its head.
It really paints a picture of a future where regenerative isn't the alternative, it's just how food is done.
That's the vision. A pretty powerful one.
Definitely. Lots to think about there.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to learn more about GoodSAM, maybe try some of those snacks or that coffee, you can visit them at GoodSAMFoods.com.
GoodSAMFoods.com.
Got it. Are you interested in learning more about creating a greener, more sustainable home and daily life? Well, you're in the right place. Check out the other episodes of the Seeing Green podcast. We have both this Spotlight series and the Greening My series tackling specific challenges.
And please subscribe while you're at it. It really helps us out.
It does. You can also join the Seeing Green community. Just sign up on the website, seeinggreen.eco. You'll find more trailblazers, more solutions, more ideas there.
That's www.seeinggreen.eco. And don't forget social media.
Never. Follow us at Seeing Green Eco. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, LinkedIn, and now Pinterest. Wherever you hang out, we're probably there sharing tips and solutions.
We try to be everywhere.
We do. Okay, thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into GoodSAM Foods.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Until next time, keep seeing green.